to the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little live stream. Shout out to the Cash App supporters for sending in those donations. Y'all already know who y'all are. Shout out to the Cash App supporters. 2020 January 3rd, according to them. Got all these people, son, always smoking by the hospital. Look at this. How hypocritical is this, man? People be lined up like crows on a wire, smoking stoves. Crazy, bruh. Gonna answer a few questions in a nutshell. For asking me what's the shape of Earth. I spoke about that. Y'all could check them archives. Then again, you're probably new to the channel.
New jobs available.
Man, the hell up. Probably don't know how heavy them archives is. I mean, archives is heavy. Archives is real heavy, man. I will put it like this in a nutshell. You can check them archives. You know, you can type in the word. Type in. You can even type in cellfluid and Earth, and it'll pop up, man. It's in there. But Earth is not a shape; it is a form. That's all I'm gonna say. Now check them archives. What else? Y'all don't find it strange that the hell we're finding it strange. It's revelations when you come across and realize that the humans clock objects the same way they clock humans. Like humans and objects all have the same clock time frame. You think about it, man. Cars gotta age the same way how humans gotta age. That says a lot right there, son. Buy certain things, it'll be like, they'll tell you the day it was created. And you be like, well, yeah, let's say it's a cell phone. Yeah, I had the cell phone for like 2 years. I had the cell phone for 5 years, 10 years, whatever years. Had this TV for this amount of years. Had the car for this amount of years. How is it that these things that's created is clocked the same way as the humans? Now, that's something to think about, man. That is something to think about. Even the way how they clock. Well, man, that whole clock thing, man. Because even that's off. Because if you think about it, this is something that I mentioned before in past videos when it was asking me about babies. And it's like they say that whenever a baby is born or come out the womb, they call that as being born, and they be like, well, the baby 24 hours pass, they be like the baby's a day old. And they start clocking it from there. But what about the time that the baby was in the belly? You know what I mean? How you just disregard that time? They always say that the baby takes a certain amount of months before it come out the womb. But then when it comes out of the womb, it's day one. It just went through 9 freaking months. You know what I'm saying? So that don't even make no sense. The baby went through 9 freaking months. Some go through 8, some go through 7 because some premature, as they call it. And then they come through the womb, and then you talking about day one. What do you mean day one? This is 9 months and 1 day. You know what I mean? So everybody age off. You know what I mean? Everybody age is off. Everybody age is 9 months behind. You got 9 months snatched off of your age. You know what I mean? And if you even really want to get really technical with it, man, you the soul is older than this solar system. So you really trying to they talk about Earth is 1 million years old, 2 million years old. How much a million is? They talking about Earth is. Man, you beyond that. But that whole time clock thing, it need to be screened, son. It need to be screened. We've been running these simulated programs without even thinking, man. We just been simulating. We just been bobbing our head like one of them bob dolls on somebody's dashboard. Every time you hit a damn bump, the doll just bobbing his head up and down like, yeah. You just agreeing. Just running these programs. Don't even make no sense. You know what I mean? Like the whole clock thing, man, that whole thing is off, man. Talking about the age, it got to do with the zodiacs, and it's like, man, I even spoke about that in past videos, man. That's all fugazi, man. You know what I mean? Straight up, man. Like that, like what you think zodiacs is, man. That's like a zodiac is an artificial solar system, man. That's what zodiacs are, man. This is something that I mentioned before in past videos, man. A zodiac constellation is an artificial solar system, man. Like when they talking about you looking out there into the stars, or you looking out there into space, and you're looking at all these planets, and you see all these. You see the sun, and it's surrounded by all these planets, and you see all the bling bling in the sky and all that. And they be like, well, that's Orion's belt, and you got this constellation over here, and this constellation over there, and they talk about that's the zodiac, this is this zodiac, that's that zodiac. That's artificial solar systems, man. You know what I mean? Which is control panels that the gods created to create. I mean, to artificial, well, yeah, you could create spirits using the damn zodiacs. Yeah, hell yeah, you could do that. That's another form of alchemy, but ultimately, it's there as a control panel to manipulate humans. You know what I mean? To manipulate humans, man. That's how humans get, their messages, man. It's like it's like a cell phone tower. Instead of calling it a cell phone tower, it'd be like a celestial body tower. Put this down here, man. This van be banging on a whole bunch of things. You just hear the phone rattling in the cup. When you're looking at the zodiacs like that, zodiacs ain't got nothing to do with us, man. They could apply to you if you wanted to apply, if you want to, be on that spiritual wave, yeah. But beyond that, know what I'm saying? The real zodiacs would be a real solar system where all the celestial bodies are suns. There's not one moon in there. You know what I mean? And that would be the system of the lords. It wouldn't be no system of animals. You got this lion here and this creatures, this minotaur over here, and all these creatures in the sky, son. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be none of that. It would be members of the lords, like how they got Mount Rushmore, and they put all the like certain presidents up in stone and all that. But when you're looking at the real zodiacs, man, it would be like a big map out of the faces of the lords. You know what I mean? It'll be descriptions of etheric beings. It wouldn't be no damn animals, no birds, no hawks, no Orion belt. There wouldn't be no humans. It would be all souls, carbonated beings. You know what I mean? The real zodiacs. It's real solar system. Now I know we've been programmed to see this constellation that we're in as a solar system. Because ever since, we was young and all that, they telling us, well, this is the solar system. But what is the name of this solar system? Because all solar systems got a name. You want to say this is a solar system, what is the name of it? How is it that they never told you the name of this solar system? They'll look out there in space and they will be like, well, that's the name of that solar system, that's the name of this solar system, that's the name of that solar system. But when it comes to this solar system, they just say it's a solar system. You know what I mean? All of these, when you got like a sun and you got all these planets, which is really moons, but I'm going to play along. When you got these solar systems out here, they all have a name. Because they all represent a certain type of zodiac. You speak the language. In this part of the universe, a zodiac. So what is the name of this zodiac that we're in here? Because you look out there and you see all these other planets that's floating around suns. They got names. So what the hell is this name that we're in? How is it that they never told us that? You know what I mean? Well, as I stated before, man, this is the Ouroboros constellation that we're in, son. You know what I mean? This is the Ouroboros constellation. You know what I'm saying? But you're looking at these zodiacs, man, those are hybrid solar systems, man. Which got to do with creating spirits. You could create planets with that energy. You know what I'm saying? You could it's used as a medium to manipulate spirits, which is what's inside of humans. You know what I mean? And this is something that I mentioned before when I was talking about the solar nodes. I was talking about the carbon body and coming out the body, and I was like, if you really want to get technical, this is something that I stated before, check the archives. If you really want to get technical, like the soul is not necessarily inside of the body. You're not really inside with the body. Because I always stated that you fuse with the body. You know what I mean? The reality is that the body is inside of you. You know, you're not really in the body. You know what I mean? It's like the body is inside of you because it's like you fuse with it, and your energy has the ability to make it levitate. That's how you raise the dead. There's a whole bunch of symbolism and certain things, and they talking about raising the dead, the necromancy and all that. And, you know what I'm saying? And is like then you gotta break it up even more, and it's like you're not necessarily inside the body looking out. You're outside the body looking in. You know what I mean? Not like you're outside the body looking at inside the body. You know what I'm saying? It's like your eyes, well, your senses, you can say your eyes, your sense of scanning is going through a physical network which would allow you to see this physical realm on this frequency, son. You know what I mean? On this particular frequency, it allows you to see this physical realm. But it's like, because that's something what I stated before when I was talking about the aura. Like when you hear people say things like, "Oh, I can see your aura," or "This person got an aura," when they, I'm gonna stick with the carbonated beings. When they talking about they can see your aura and you have an aura, that's actually the soul that they seeing. They actually seeing what you really look like. That energy that's around the body that they call an aura is really you, the soul, and the body is inside you, the soul. You know what I mean? You fuse with the body, and it's like your energy is hugging the whole body. It's like your energy is now hugging or surrounding the whole body, the whole physical body, because the physical body is inside you, the soul. And it goes back to what I was saying with the how you telepathically manipulate your body, because signals come from all parts of your energy field. It doesn't just come from the mind as they claim. The whole mind is artificial, man. But it doesn't come from the mind. It doesn't always necessarily, I'm going to speak the language, come from the mind, and the mind is sending signals through all that. Nah, signals or transmissions, thoughts, whatever they want to call it, can come from any part of your body, because to have a telepathic body, it means that signals can be sent and received from any part of your being. Any part of you, the being, the energy field, signals could be sent and received from any part. It doesn't need to focus on a certain part. It could be sent and received from any part of you, the energy field, which is what we call the soul. You know what I mean? So, and that's because that's a description of being out of time. Meaning beings that are not of time. We do things ahead of time. You know what I mean? We react or could send a signal so fast that it can't even be clocked by time. Because it could be sent from all forms or all parts of your energy field. That's why we run so mother freaking fast. Because instead of sending a damn signal from the mind all the way down to the foot like you'll move, the signal is coming from that portion of that energy field right there, trigger. Same thing with boxing, sports. You know what I mean? We're using the soul energy, son. That's when you use the soul energy. Now, when you use the electricity, because you could use the electricity in your body, that takes time to travel. When you send the electrical signals to your body or through the body, because you the soul can send signals through the body, and that soul energy could be converted into electricity. So now when you send an electricity signals through the body, that takes time. That is what takes time. But when you're dealing with the soul, the ether energy now, which is beyond electricity, that doesn't take no time at all. You ever know, and there's plenty of times that we, the carbonated beings, express that, which is what they would call reflexes. And I ain't talking about how these humans do their reflexes. I'm talking about how we do our reflexes, where we react to things so quick that it happens before you think about it. I know carbon brothers and carbon sisters can relate to. Say you in the damn kitchen and you washing the dishes and you accidentally mishandle the plate and the plate just slip out your hands. Your hand will react so freaking quick that it automatically go in a position to catch the plate. And right after you catch the plate, that's when you start thinking, oh, the plate just dropped. Because the thoughts, solar energy or etheric energy is beyond thoughts. It goes fast. You can't even stop it. So you catch the plate. Next thing you know, a few moments later, the thought comes in your head, damn, I just dropped the plate. But you already caught the solar energy, man. You know what I mean? We advance. We advance like that, man. Our bodies, our machines is advanced like that. I ain't talking about these humans. The hell we're calling it reflex. We're going to call it solar flex. You know what I mean? Even though when they're talking about is reflex, you still see the word ray in it. R-E, ray flex. You know what I mean? But we're going to call it solar flex. Or soul flex. You know what I mean? We're going to call it soul flex. So it's like, electricity, as I stated before, electricity has the ability to clone. It's a clone energy. That's why it could. On this planet, it's a valuable resource because it could clone just about any situation. Meaning that it could be used on various different levels. So we naturally would make the body levitate based upon our soul energy because we fuse with the body. The spirits can also do that, but they limit it to how they do it because they are made up of the artificial energy known as electricity. You know what I mean? So they somewhat do it like how we do it, but they basically is like a Xerox. They clone and copy it, but it's not the real thing. You know what I mean? Because they basically need us to keep exalting energy to them to sustain their existence. You know what I mean? So it's like your physical body is like inside of you. You the energy. So it's like when you die, that's why I stated before, when you born, it has nothing to do with you coming out of the womb. That's an illusion. To be born is to be fused with the body. That's something that I stated before. Check them out, guys. To be born is to be fused with the body. You know what I mean? And when you die or death, that is to be separated from the body. That's now when the body is no longer able, or you are no longer able to fuse with that body. So in other words, the body drops. The body drops out of you. You're still standing. You're going to see that. Whenever, a day is going to come when you detach. That day is inevitable. It's going to come a point in time in your lifespan when you detach from the body, which is what they call death. And you're going to see that you're still going to be standing, but you're going to be looking down at the vehicle that you was using. You're going to see this. You're going to see that. That's not even a theory. That ain't no hypothesis. That is straight facts. You know what I mean? They've been going hard to keep that in the dark. Never mind going hard to try to keep the pineal gland in the dark. Nah. They've been going hard to keep it in the dark that you are literally the soul energy fused with the body, and that you cannot be hurt, you cannot be killed, you cannot be destroyed. You don't, the reality is you don't feel pain. You don't feel pain. You don't feel joy. You don't feel sorrow. You don't feel fear. All those things that, all those emotions, those different ultra low frequency signals, because that's what emotions is. Even though when you're happy and you love and all that, that's all low frequency, man. That's all, it all exists. Positive and negative polarities is low frequency. You know what I mean? It don't matter how they try to juice it up, it's still low because it's artificial. All low frequency signals exist in an artificial being. You know what I mean? It's all low. So you don't feel none of that stuff. That's what your body is feeling. And they made a, this is something that I stated before, because you know in movies they say things like certain lines they would say in a movie that's more powerful than a damn movie. They had this line in the movie, Artificial Intelligence, when they had the teacher inside the class and he was sitting up there talking about, he was talking to the students in the class, and they had this one scene where it had this girl, she had her hand on the table. And I think he poked her with a pen or a toothpick. He did something to her hand. And he said something to the nature like, did I hurt you or did you feel pain? Something like that he said. And the person responded like you didn't hurt me. Or how did you hurt me? In other words, they was basically saying that when he poked her hand, the feeling that people describe as pain is not really what you, the soul, is feeling. That's what the body is feeling. And you're not the body. You're not the body. So when he poked her, she was like, you didn't do anything to me. Even though she was a human, she was basically saying that that's what the body felt. But me, the soul, I mean, well, her in her case, well, me, the spirit, I didn't feel anything. You know what I'm saying? See, so they don't want, they wasn't trying to hide the pineal gland. They was trying to hide the fact that you are the soul energy that's fused to the body. That's why they always want you to keep calling yourself black. Because black is associated with the physical body. Black is associated with the physical body. So if you're calling yourself black, you are vibrating on a physical frequency. You are not going to make that connection with who you really are. Because because think about it, everything that is attached to black is emotional. There is nothing that is attached to black man or black woman that is non-emotional. Think about that for a second, man. Everything that is attached to being black is emotional. When you're a black man, you're supposed to be looked upon this way. You're supposed to be treated this way. Everything in between and outside of that all have to do with emotions. And the same thing for a black woman. So if they could keep you in the black frequency, the polarities, you know, low frequency, positive and negative, if they could keep you in that wave band, they could stop you from realizing that you are the soul. Now just imagine how much energy carbonated beings who subscribe to being black, just imagine how much energy they have given up throughout the millions of incarnations. Because I'm speaking about, man, I got to turn it up. It can't even be millions. I'm speaking about all carbonated beings that fell for the black card. Think about all of the billions of incarnations y'all had grouped together. How much energy y'all pushed out. How much energy these spirits been feeding up off of that black magic, son. How much energy they've been feeding up off that emotion, son. What? You know how much energy that is, y'all exalted, man? They feeding them. When they calling you black, it's not to humiliate you or to undermine you. When they call you the N word, when they call your hair nappy, all those things that they associate with being black, when they calling you that, when they calling you black, it's not on the surface. They try to pass it off as if it has to do with hurting you. But the reality is, when they calling you black, it's feeding time. It's time for them to feed. It's time for spirits to feed. Because what they doing, they are executing a seance. When spirits are getting ready to feed, they do a ritual or a seance. Seance, ritual, same-ish. So when they calling you black, they already know you've been pre-programmed to behave, participate in a ritual a certain way, so now they can feed. They've been feeding off of you all the time. They've been calling you black. African, jungle baby, bush baby. You know what I'm saying? And all of the feelings that you've been feeling, like that girl said in the movie Artificial Intelligence, when he poked her, you ain't do anything to me. In other words, they've been using your body as a bridge for you to passport energy through it so they could feed. I done stated before that the spirits use spirits that's disincarnated, that cannot come back in the physical realm, this physical plane. They use your body as a bridge so they could feed. They can't only do that in the spiritual world, they do that in the physical realm, because that's how spirits feed. Spirits need a bridge to communicate with the soul so the soul could give them energy, attention. They need a bridge. So they found out a way how to use your body. That's why I say carbon is a hell of a mineral to do rituals on. You know what I mean? Hold on for a second. Always wait till I put somebody in the van to give me another pickup, man. I think this is the Walker.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm about to shut this live down.